Hi, welcome to the Car Secrets channel. Today we're going to discuss a technical service bulletin that addresses a problem that some 2019 Lexus RX350 models can experience. So, how the problem will show itself is you will either feel harsh engagement into drive. So, you go to shift your transmission into drive, and all of a sudden it has like a bump or kind of almost like a hit from behind feeling. And it may be accompanied by a diagnostic trouble code P07457F for the pressure control actuator A being stuck off. Now, you may have just the code and not feel the harsh engagement, or you may feel the harsh engagement and not have a fault code. So, or you could have both. So the repair for this from the manufacturer is to update the engine control module software. And that fixes this issue so that you don't have to deal with it anymore. So let's take a look at the production change here. So this only applies to 2019 RX 350 and 350L, which is the long model. And to see if this applies to your vehicle, you want to see if your vehicle was made after the production change effective VIN, so the countermeasure was implemented. So take a look at your VIN, see if it starts with JTJ, which means it's made in Japan, or 2T2 would be a Canadian-made vehicle. Let's say you have an RX 350 non-F Sport, so it has no F Sport badging, and it's a two-wheel drive made in Canada. You're going to take the last six of the VIN and see if yours is numerically higher or lower. If yours is numerically higher, that means the countermeasure has already been implemented and this service bulletin is not applicable. If it is lower, then it may be applicable. Now, because this is a service bulletin and not a recall, it will only be covered under warranty if the vehicle is within a certain parameters and if the dealership can confirm the actual problem. So the warranty here, it's covered under the federal emission warranty, and that is 8 years or 80,000 miles from the in-service date. So not from the manufacturing date, but from when the first customer originally purchased this vehicle. So here's the repair information. The op code is just the code that the technician submits to the manufacturer for warranty. The description is reprogram the engine control module or powertrain control module. The time is what the technician gets paid is 0.4 hours. Now, if this repair is being done outside of warranty, they will likely charge you more than that because this warranty time is usually quite low. The parts information here, it's not very important. It just talks about the old and the new engine control module. But because it does not get replaced as part of this procedure, it's essentially irrelevant. And it says so here, that it should not be replaced as part of the repair procedure. All right, so let's take a look at the tools and equipment. So this GR8 battery station is just a fancy battery charger. You need to keep the voltage up high while doing the ECU reprogram. Otherwise, it may crash it and corrupt the software installation. And then these are just various tech stream units which can be used to do the update, which are just different scan tools used by the manufacturer to do this reflash. Calibration information. So based on your model, whether it's F Sport or not, two-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, there will be an old calibration ID and a new calibration ID. So the technician will need to reference this list here and see if your ECU has already been updated. So if the new ID or the current ID in it is this one or a numerically higher one, for example, that means it's not eligible for this update and the problem is being caused by something else. But if it's one of the old ones, let's say, then it is eligible for this update. All right, so the repair procedure, as I mentioned, they have to confirm that there is an actual issue with the vehicle before they do this under warranty. So they'll check it, scan it for a fault code for the pressure control solenoid stuck off, or they will take it for a test drive and see if it has that harsh engagement feeling when you shift into drive. If they can confirm it, they'll take a quick look under the hood, see if this calibration has been updated, and there's a sticker for it already. Oftentimes, the dealership won't even install this sticker, so it's sort of redundant check. But if it's already there, then they're not going to continue any further. Next, they would confirm if the old calibration has not been updated yet by referencing that calibration page. So the next step will be flash reprogram the ECM. So essentially, they have to use a power supply or a battery charger to maintain the voltage at above 13.5 volts to prevent the ECU from getting fried, and they will just update it with the newest calibration as needed. And they have a note here that certain options may become unavailable. So perform a 12 battery reset, essentially disconnect the battery for 15-20 minutes and just let everything reset itself back to the defaults. After that's done, they will stick a sticker on the hood, or they may not, and then test drive the vehicle and make sure that everything's good. And after this, you should be good to go. No more check engine light, no more harsh engagement into drive. Well, hopefully you found the information in this video helpful, and thanks for watching. See you on the next episode.